JP.
Right, hello there, everyone. Welcome back to James Redmond TV and welcome to another live stream. I'm back. Oh my goodness, I've done 2 days in a row. Isn't that crazy? I'm actually sick. I'm just a lazy bastard, you know, chat. I've been getting so inconsistent recently. It's terrible. So let's try and build some momentum. Let's continue this 2 days, even though it's only 2 days. 2 days is progress, you know what I mean? And whatever you're going for, man's posting every day, whatever you're going for, whether it be gym, whether it be counting down the days until we get a signing, that'll be a long process. But no, seriously, appreciate all the support, even through the absence and even through the just heard the bang outside my door. I shit myself, you know. Then chat, swear to God, those neighbours get up to some crafty stuff sometimes. No, but yeah, whatever we're aiming for, we will achieve all in due course. And yeah, gonna be a good stream, mate. Big up to everyone in the chat as well. Big up to Sam. Big up to Sharky. What do you mean I am always late? I was here bang on the dot. It is 6:02 p.m. and it's now, and I've been on for 2 minutes. I don't think I was late. Big up to Harvey. Says, hello, James, lads. How are we? Do you know what, lads? I'm good. Fine. It's been a little bit boring over the international break. I'm not really one who excessively tunes into England, but it weren't too bad. It weren't too bad. Can't complain. Know what I'm saying? Big up to Sharky. He said, will you talk to the viewers in this stream? Well, what does it look like, Sharky? Of course I will. I know. I've noticed that in some streams I don't do it, but I like to try and do it as much as possible because it's the interaction that I think puts the expertise on this show. And I think that's what makes it entertaining. You know what I mean? Me and you going back and forth, it's entertaining. Klopp signing for Arsenal tears or sipping. He's not worse than El Sam. Who's El Sam? Who are we talking about? Who's worse than Hussam? Hussam's the guy. Chat, you guys actually get on Hussam too much because Hussam's actually the dude, and you need to understand his sense of humour before you get it. He says some stuff the way I think, like, Hussam, what was that for? And he does get a little bit rattled at times, but otherwise, in the main, cool dude, you know what I mean? And I enjoy talking to Hussam about football and getting his interest and views. Yes, Hamez, have you finished Top Boy? Bro, get on this, Liam. Haven't even started it. But I actually do want to start Top Boy, though. Top Boy is a series that I've got to get into ASAP. Because, yeah, that's the show at the moment, isn't it? 2 days, 2 streams, world class, Hamez. You know what I mean? It does seem that I'm going a little bit blurry. So, chat, just let me go out and in. I'll be 10 seconds. I won't be any. Did you count to 10? I told you. It's weird. It's like I'll go out and it reloads and then refocuses the second that I come back in. But we have got a bit of news on this stream. Injury updates, players that we can expect back for the Wolves game. And then we've also got a Jurgen Klopp update, which isn't excessively interesting, I'll be honest with you. But there's this weird thing every time an international duty happens, or let's say when Joachim Low, when he left Germany, or now that Hansi Flick has left Germany, just seems like they always link him. So it seems like it's an easy thing to do to link Germany to Klopp, or Klopp to Germany. Now, Klopp's agent just came out today and said, of course, that's not going to be entertained. He's under contract at Liverpool. Let me give you his words and not mine. Jurgen Klopp's agent, Mark Koschich, I think that's his name. He has a long-term contract with Liverpool. He's not available for national coaching position, for the national team coaching position. So that's good. That's encouraging. That means it's not anything to take forward, and I never thought it was anyway. I'm never one who really takes anything like that serious when it comes to Klopp. I do sometimes like to ask the question if he's going to sign post. Was that 11 seconds? Was it? Nah, you're lying. You're lying. No, there's a question that I like to ask about Klopp, which is simply that: how long will he stay, and will it be beyond 2026? Because if it is beyond 2026, that'll be interesting. But I don't know if it would be if I was to be a betting man. But it's nice to know that he's going to be staying in the short term. I do get sick of these links to Germany all the time, but it just doesn't seem like that it's something that he'd do. At least right now, maybe in the future when he's more towards the end of his days. But I don't know. I think Klopp just does what makes him happy. Otherwise, if he wanted to go for legacy, there's a degree where he would have joined Bayern, the many opportunities he's had to join Bayern, or he joined United before, because he got offered United before Liverpool, and then it was a more promising job. You know, it was a couple of years after Sir Alex, and there was room for improvements. It was probably a decent project, but we got the mighty Jurgen Klopp, and he wanted Liverpool. And that still remains to be the case. And this little romantic thing that we've got with Jurgen Klopp continues, whether you like it or you don't. And there is fans out there who, after a couple of losses or drop points, they'll sit there and they'll start chatting madness like, oh, Jurgen Klopp hasn't done this, this, and this. And it's like, that's fair enough, you know what I mean? We're not always going to get everything perfect, but you've got to think about maximising circumstances. Is McDonald's going to make as much as the best 5-star restaurant in the country? And I'm not talking about McDonald's as a whole. I'm talking about the one individual McDonald's that's on South Road. Let's be honest. No, it's not. It's McDonald's, and the 5-star restaurant is going to make moolah because there's still regular customers, as well as they're paying the high price for the high quality food. We don't have the high quality resources, but we do have a high quality manager, and that seems to be ignored at times for us. And that's my biggest issue, is when people start to sit there and claim that we've somehow got a better solution out there, which there could be, definitely. But then now we're trusting FSG's judgment and no longer Klopp's judgment. Klopp isn't going to replace himself. You get what I'm saying? So I'm happy he's staying. I'm happy that we're winning again, because I don't like it when we go into a bit of a down phase and people start getting on Klopp. It's not bad to blame him, and it's certainly not bad to criticise him. But when people start using sentences like, oh, he's only got 12 more months, it just reminds me of the short-termism that are in people's brains from TikTok and stuff like this and modern-day football. It pisses me off. Have I got an email? Not important. Do you know when you get spam emails, chat? I was like, have I got an email? I doubt he stays after 2026, but it would be great if he did. I feel we'll be back to the drawing board when he goes. OG Lizzie says this. Lizzie, I'm not going to lie. I agree. I question massively the sustainability of our success post-Jurgen Klopp. You know what I'm saying? Makes no sense to me. James, have you seen the new right-back we've been linked with? No, I haven't. Any legs behind the rumour? Give me the source and give me the report, and I'll speak on it. If Jurgen does not take the year extension, who do you think will be his predecessor? Just to clarify, chat, yes or no, does Jurgen Klopp have a extension on his contract? Chat, just to clarify, because that I didn't know that. So he could potentially stay till 2027 if that 1 year is activated by, I presume, him and the club. It's got to be a mutual thing. Because that's interesting. Big up to Sugar Saint. He says nobody asked the question, just random press bollocks and German nationalist streamers. It's weird. It's weird. The way that people will bring it up, and you know, I think just because, you know, Hansi Flick, you know, the lack of news in the Liverpool realm over the past few days, I think it's just been something that we've jumped on as like Liverpool. Well, not we, because I'm not it, but I mean like Liverpool journalists collectively have jumped on this news and been like, oh my goodness, this is something. That's why I never done a video on it, because I didn't think there was anything weird to do a video on. Even the title of this video, I thought was a little bit optimistic, to be honest with you. Big up to Sharky, says James the type of guy to pay for a hotel and not stay in it. You think I've got money like that, you fucker? Big up to Nash. He says, James Redmond, your OnlyFans subscription has expired. Oh, is that the email? Good joke. Good joke from you, Nash. Good joke from you. I was like thinking, what OnlyFans subscription? Xabi Alonso is nowhere near Klopp and definitely wouldn't have the potential, definitely have the potential to be a world-class manager. He's working miracles at Leverkusen. Chat, where are Leverkusen right now in the Bundesliga? I did see, I can't remember what pundit it was, but there was a pundit, a Liverpool pundit, who was coming out and speaking about that. Bayern Bundesliga. I was going to say the Bayern Munich League. I literally was about to type that as well. I weren't even trying to slander the Bundesliga. We're the Man City League at the moment, aren't we? Chat, Bayer Leverkusen are balling, you know. Nah, wait there, because do you know what I noticed as well? Do you know last season when Xabi Alonso came to Bayer Leverkusen, weren't they like mid-table and then he got them all the way to top 4? Reason why I ask, chat, they're first. They're fully first in the table. Let me zoom that in, because that's probably very, 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 very zoomed out. Chat, they're like fully first. It's obviously only on goal difference, and it's by 1 goal difference. So it's not significant. But the fact that they've won 3 out of the 3 games, yeah, let's have a look at the matches that they've won. I think that's important, no? That's important. Wait there. Let me go back on that. Let me go on Leverkusen. That should give me their matches, right? So, okay, they should be beating this team. They haven't even got a fucking badge. Darmstadt, not really a promising Bundesliga team, but they beat them how they should beat them. If you're facing a shit team, you probably should beat them 5-1. Mönchengladbach beat them 3-0 and then beat Leipzig 3-2 as well. Nah, Xabi Alonso was actually cooking. You know that Leipzig are like the second best team in that league, you know what I'm saying? Chat WRL, would you, if you had to make it in the future prediction right now, a genie come on, knocked on your door, say it looked like me, gorgeous bastard, just looked at you in the face and said, right, did you see that? Said, right, when Jurgen leaves, you can choose right now whether Xabi Alonso is going to be the manager or not. So do you know before, or should I say when Gerrard won the league with Rangers, before he had his Aston Villa spell, say if I came to the door and said that, and then in 2026, Klopp left, Gerrard came back from Saudi and then joined us. Because you made that decision, that's the type of accent that I'm, that's the type of way that I'm asking you in. So would you do that? Would you take Xabi Alonso in 2026, not knowing what he's going to do between now and 2026? That's a stupid question, isn't it? I realised it while I was asking it. But, like, I'm essentially asking, do you believe that he can sustain the level of success by 2026 to then for us still want him? Because when Gerrard was smashing it at Rangers, undefeated, got the Invincibles done with them, everyone was like, let's get Gerrard, let's keep Klopp, but then let's get Gerrard. My objection was always, I don't think Gerrard is going to sustain a level high enough to be good enough or considered good enough by us. Does that make sense? Are you saying no, WC? I'd say no to that offer because I don't know if Xabi Alonso is going to sustain it, but yes, he's doing bits. But Bayer Leverkusen are a very well-run club. And I think they've just found someone with very, very good coaching skills. So we'll see how it goes in time. But yeah, Leverkusen to Liverpool is a big jump. It is to a degree. I understand. But, you know, Leverkusen, they're a European competing team. You know, they're at least someone who's aiming to compete for Europa League and Champions League on a regular basis. So I'd sit there and say potentially that could happen. You know what I mean? I think the jump is standard. It's not like a super jump. Like Gerrard going from Saudi to Liverpool would be ridiculous. Xabi Alonso going from a European club in Bayer Leverkusen to Liverpool, where they've got a project as well as we've got a project. It might not be the level, but it certainly is something. And I'd be intrigued by it. I'd love to see Xabi Alonso on the sidelines, but I do think he's more destined for a Real Madrid. Like, can you imagine Xavi at Barcelona versus Xabi Alonso of Real Madrid? It makes sense, you know what I'm saying? Red Chili says, I can sleep tonight knowing Klopp stays. Red Chili just takes these news with like so much substance. He's there like, oh, I can just imagine him sweating based on the super chats that he sends. Nah, don't worry about it, Red Chili. Klopp is staying for the foreseeable. Sweating like you've had a Red Chili. James, coaches like Klopp, Mourinho, Pep, Sir Alex Ferguson brings new philosophy to the game. Xabi Alonso doesn't have a new philosophy. A great manager would bring a new philosophy. Okay, then. So, do you think, if I'm going to be a little bit thought-provoking here, Ross, like, do you think that's a little bit preempted? Like, don't you think that's a bit premature, is the word that I'm looking for? I think it's premature to say Xabi Alonso cannot instill or apply any philosophy to any team he joins. I think he could. I think he's got it in him, but just you can't say he definitely will do that. So I hear what you're saying, and maybe he hasn't done it yet, but it sounds like he's done something at Leverkusen. Based on his style, I really like it. Never watched him play, but I'd imagine that it's more on the ball, nice football. He's being coached by some of the best of all time, let's be honest. Hi, James. Sorry I missed the other day's stream. Hope you're okay, mate. Big up and keep up the good work, bro. Big up to you. You'll never walk alone. 66. It's funny because I remember You'll Never Walk Alone came in and he used to always spam in the comments, and he's became one of my favourite subscribers. Not that I have favourites, but no, he seriously has. He's a top dude, and yeah, I love this guy. Big up to Red Chili again. Pep to England job. I'd fucking love that. I'd like a break from Pep Guardiola, you know what I mean? We can't say that Leverkusen is a huge step when we are talking about Xabi managing Real Madrid. Then people want De Zerbi, who was managing Shakhtar a year ago. It's a great point. It tends to be, what have I seen directly that I want? And that's not a bad way to determine decisions. If De Zerbi is the most promising manager that you know of right now, that's great. But I definitely wouldn't sit there and say De Zerbi is the next Pep Guardiola just because he's doing well with Brighton or he's doing well in the Premier League. You know what I'm saying? James loves fruit salad from Sainsbury's. I like fruit salads. Oh no, yeah, I'm a huge fan of fruit salads. Sainsbury's, I think Sainsbury's do fine fruit salads. I think if I'm going to go for a more prosperous result, I think I don't know. Sainsbury's is a good shout. I think Tesco do a good job. Yeah, fruit salads all day. Make sure you eat your fruit, chat. It's important to eat your fruit. Big up to Owen. He says the Zerbi will be interesting. He'll have European football experience. Great tactician. Develops players and trusts in youth players. Top manager. He's definitely got a way about him, and his personality is intriguing. I think he would be more of a closer to a Jose Mourinho for us. Do you know what I'm saying? Not that he can't play the football or play good football, but yeah, I do. I think that to a degree, he'd bring that type of energy to the dressing room, a little bit more serious, a little bit more, or should I say, maybe a little bit less emotive than Jurgen Klopp. But I'd be intrigued if he was to continue to improve as the manager the way he is. We are talking about 2026, so we're talking about not what these managers are, but who they will be. So yeah, that's important. Zerbi. Oh, sorry, I read that one there. Naji, big up to you, sir. Didn't Antonio Conte manage Juventus and Italy at the same time? Oh, possibly. I don't think Klopp would do that. He couldn't be asked not having his breaks. Hello, James. You're my favourite LFC channel, bro. Hopefully one day I'll get to see you at the game because I won the Strasbourg friendly at Anfield last season. Don't know if you went to it. I might have. I can't remember. But yeah, 100%, bro. Always got to shout me if you're in Liverpool. Know what I'm saying? Klopp achieved success before Liverpool. Alonso hasn't achieved. Or hasn't yet. Good coach, though. Potential. That's it. It's all potential based. It's all hypotheticals. Big up to Sam. He says, Alonso will end up at Bayern. Tuchel will get sacked by next year. That is not a terrible shout. Do you know what? Chat WRL on this one. You can tell Sam's got ball knowledge because there's definitely a world where that happens, especially Bayern Munich, another former team of Xabi Alonso's. That's a great shout. I actually think that'd be I'd be willing to put money on that. I'd be willing to, I'm not a betting man, but if I was a betting man, I'd be willing to put money on that 100%. Where do you reckon has the best meal deals, James? Do you know what? Only because I haven't worked in the job that I used to, because when I worked at Shelter, I've just said the name of the charity I worked at. I worked at Shelter for a little bit of homeless charity, and we used to always go to meal deals. Meal deals. We used to go to places, and of course there'd be a Sainsbury's or a Tesco. My personal favourite was Tesco, innit? Thought the fruit was just a bit juicier, but then Sainsbury's was fine. Know what I'm saying? Can't complain, but I never really considered myself as an expert of meal deals, I'm not going to lie. But Tesco can't go wrong. Whoever's cheaper now, if they're the same, fuck both of them. Whoever's cheaper, they're the winner. Klopp achieved success before Liverpool. I read that comment. My apologies. James, do you agree that Klopp is once in a generation manager? Yeah, I think you've got to now. I think you've got to say that now. Seeing what he's done with Dortmund and seeing what Dortmund was prior to Klopp and after Klopp, that's one example. Seeing what he's done with Liverpool, seeing what Liverpool was prior to Klopp, we're still yet to see what we will be after Klopp. But guys, let's really be honest. I don't think any of us are filled with confidence with a future without him. And I think that shows the significant impact that he's had on not only us, but everybody. He's a great dude, Jurgen Klopp. He's a great manager, and I love that guy with all my heart and soul and passion. He's just a great guy. And I do think that he's very hard to replace. I'm not going to lie. Shannon says, James' favourite away day? My favourite away day ever has probably been, I'd probably say Newcastle. I went to a Newcastle game in 2000 and I think it was 17 or maybe 18. It was one of the two. And yeah, that was quality. Right, big up to Leighton. He says, I think it depends where Leverkusen finish. They are flying at the minute and can definitely challenge, so don't see why he will go to Bayern. Do you know what? It's interesting times for Xabi Alonso. Hopefully he keeps doing well. And we'll definitely monitor that all in due course. But to sort of round up the stream with a little bit of injury updates, I believe that the only main update are these two updates. Actually, for some reason, it's not letting me get it up on the screen. But yeah, the news just says that Thiago and Stefan are back in training. So that's why it's... why is it saying it's blocked me screen? Stop being funny, StreamYard. But yeah, Stefan Bajcetic and Thiago are expected back, which I suppose is fine. But I'm going to now make the claim that none of them are going to start. So it doesn't really add to the first 11. Virgil van Dijk still suspended. Then you've got Konate still injured. It's a bit shit. You know what I mean? It's a bit shit all around. So I don't know what's going to happen, and I don't know how it's going to impact us in games. But what I can say is that Gomez has done fine. Matip as well. He's also done fine. So if they can sustain these level of performances that they've been putting in, then that'll be great. You know what I'm saying? Because they have been fantastic recently. But I just think that over 4 or 5 games, if you're missing Konate and Virgil due to suspension or injury, you're just causing yourself so much shit that's not necessary at all. Nunes has muscle problems. In fact, chat, give me any other updates that I might have not seen. I haven't looked at the news since this morning. Nunes has muscle problems, which is great. Then I'm also reading here from Leighton, don't think McAllister will start either, given he's been in South America and will be shattered. Gravenberch's debut, that could be a big interesting. I would not mind to see it. The sooner I get to see Gravenberch in a Liverpool kit, the better. And I think Wolves would be a good game. I don't think that's a hard game to come into if you can't handle Wolves. I think we've got a problem. They haven't started greatly, Wolves, as well, so I wouldn't mind that. And yes, I'd probably be careful on McAllister. And if Nunes has got muscle problems, it's not the worst. It's really not the worst. It's not ideal if he doesn't play because he's just started building a little bit of momentum and he even had a good game for Uruguay. My thing is that we've still got Jota, we've still got Gakpo. I'm just saying it's not all guns down. It's not the worst. It's not the end of the world if Nunes isn't available. It's more so if we got an injury about Trent or Gomez or Matip. Because bear in mind, chat, as well, we've got a problem with Conor Bradley. Conor Bradley's injured. Did you know Conor Bradley's injured? That just went right under the radar. So Conor Bradley's injured. Therefore, we've got no backup right back because our other backup right back, which is Joe Gomez, is playing centre back. That's where we've got a problem. Know what I'm saying? I am creating a James Redmond moment 2.0. Szoboszlai is the best player in the world, Ross lads. I'm trying to do the same thing. I've been trying to put my stocks into that dude, and people are seeing it. People are actually seeing it. King Kenny, he says, give Thiago a few training sessions. He'll be injured again. Definitely fucking tell me about it, bro. Tell me about it. I'm just waiting for that news. Klopp is the best manager in the world for me. Second place is Pep. And that's it. You've got to judge it in your own ways. Based on trophies, you could never put Klopp above Pep. But there is context that I think supports Klopp being a quality manager. So I don't think it's a favoured opinion, but I think it's a fair opinion. I think there's a way you can say Klopp is better than Pep and have a justified argument. I don't think that there's no argument in no way can you say David Moyes is better than Pep Guardiola. No way. But you can sit there and say that Klopp is better than Pep based on a few varied arguments you could make. It's not one I entirely agree with. I just think they're both good at their own things. I'm trying to think of an example. It's like I'm not sure what I can even come up with right now. I'm trying to think of like 2 really good fighters who are both so stylistically different, but they're both really good for that reason. But when they come up against each other, it's like any one of those can negate whatever's going on that day. You know what I'm saying? So if one's lacking in the grappling, the other can get them in the striking. I think that's what Pep and Klopp are like. You know what I mean? Like Pep's the superior tactician, and then Klopp is like the superior man manager, but then Pep's still a really good man manager, and then Klopp's still really good when it comes to setting out a team. So, yeah, it's one that's a debate, but I just think, yeah, it's tough. Also, not to mention the speculation around City in comparison to Liverpool. You know what I mean? Keep saying that Klopp will stay beyond his current contract. People laugh, but Klopp loves Liverpool. He does. I don't think it's impossible. It's not impossible. It's not like that this contract ends and he's just done, guaranteed. No. I think that Klopp potentially stays, and it's because of what you said there, my G, is that he loves the club. And he loves the club more than people can even imagine or know. So, yeah, I'd agree with that. But, chat, I'm going to leave it there. I've been very rusty with the stream, so I'm just slowly trying to get back into them, slowly but surely, trying to be more consistent over just bombing them all out in one day. Also, there's not heaps and tons to talk about, so I need to start coming up with more ideas for content and whatnot, as I am looking to do this on a more day-to-day basis. So, yeah, big up to everybody. I want to shout out to the one person who super chatted in the stream. Big up to everyone who always financially supports the stream and all that good stuff. Red Chili, big up to you. Thank you for that, sir. Big up to everyone as well. If you can leave a like and a comment on your way out, that would be quality. But yeah, man, until next time, hopefully tomorrow, I'll see you all then. Peace out.
JP.